Hi, this is Michelle McMillionaires, and I am here with Ravi Gregory Etherton, and we are here to do the book reading series, uh, Pay Yourself First, Become Rich with Time and Money. All right. This is such a great book. So, Ravi has school. Ravi, do you want to tell people a little bit about your school?
Sure. So anyway, thank you for the idea of doing this, Michelle. I'm very happy that we can serve together because I think it's a worthwhile thing, of course. And you said it's a great book. I appreciate that very much. Personally, I think of it as a good book, but not just a good book, a very foundational book. And what I know is if people do it, and sometimes life gives us things that are so easy that it's too easy. But that's the beauty of life, right? The simple stuff are the greatest things in life, as they say. So the ideas that are in this book, if people take them on and do them, they are reading a good book, and it will translate into an even better, a great life. And that's what I can guarantee. If people really do what's in the book, they will have a great life.
Yes,
It's that
I
simple. It's that
I
simple.
I agree. I have uh, been practicing steps from within the book. All right,
Awesome.
myself. So I'm not here just talking talk. I'm walking the walk
Fabulous.
gracefully. All right.
Gracefully, yes.
Yeah.
So, so about my school, I wrote this book called "Pay Yourself First." My idea was that when I grew up, I was not rich. We were definitely not in the higher classes. We were lower middle class, and in my young male mind, the simple solution was to become a millionaire because that way I could do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, with whoever I wanted, etc., etc. All in correctness, of course. But the ideas was that money was the big excuse stopping everyone from doing anything that they really wanted to do in life. So I thought if I become a millionaire, I could do whatever I want in life. So before I actually became the millionaire, while I was well on track, and after years of already implementing the stuff that's in the book, I uh, I realized that wow, it's not just about the recipe, which is here in the book. This is a fabulous recipe to follow, and Robert Kiyosaki says it on the back of the book. If I just read from the back of the book, it says, "There are many ways to financial heaven. Ravi Gregory Etherton has a simple plan millions can follow." And that's from Robert Kiyosaki, the best-selling author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So
Yes.
anyway, Robert and I got to talk, and it was a blessing and everything. And he liked the book, and he liked it enough to endorse it. And I'm very thankful for that book blurb. But the idea is that people need to do it. They have to actually implement what's in the book. It's a simple plan millions can follow, but it has to be followed. In other words, it has to be incorporated, done. And the name of the book is Pay Yourself First. The very first thing to do is to pay ourselves before anyone else. Before anyone else. And we will come to this several times throughout the book. So the reason I'm saying this is because it's the perfect recipe. It's a great recipe. But what happened in my mind is that I thought, wow, it's the recipe, but I guess people need the mindset or they need something was missing. So while the book is amazing in that sense that it gives everything that we really need, I figured that we needed mindset or something like that, which is why I wrote my second book called Protonic Speaking on the power of the word, the beauty of communication, and how to mentally manifest, as well as when we combine that with the pay yourself first, PYF, pay yourself first. With this book, we get enough to actually skate through life, in a sense. And that is what my community is all about, called Cafe Vor, which is everything to do. I love coffee. I know Michelle doesn't drink coffee, but we all have our little, delicacies or whatever, and that's fine. But with this idea of Cafe Vor, it's anything that we could talk about around a cafe or a coffee table or a tea or a mate or whatever anyone wants to drink. Coconut water. It could be called coconut. It could be called coconut vor if people wanted to. The idea is, though, is that we talk about cash, the cosmos, and anything that stimulates us. Cafe, in
Yes.
my case. So that's what it's all about. That's what my community is about. And let's go on to the book then.
Terrific. Now, what other experts are saying? All right. This is a powerful, insightful, strategic master plan for achieving not only financial success, but peace of mind in the process. So you read this book and take charge of your life. And that is what the author, speaker, speech coach Les Brown had to say.
For those who do not know who Les Brown is, I was very blessed to meet Les Brown as well. He's the highest paid Black speaker ever. How's that? So he knows what he's
Totally.
talking about.
Exactly. I adore Les Brown.
He's a great guy. He's amazing. He's amazing. He's amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, and Robbie, what did Brian Tracy, I know who that is as well, what did
Yeah.
he have
Brian,
to say?
so Brian Tracy, I was very blessed to meet him a couple times, as well as his wife, who's an absolute angel. And as they say, behind every great man is a even better woman. And in his case, he's an amazing man, and his wife just she walks on the clouds as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, so Brian Tracy says this book is loaded with proven methods and techniques to help you achieve financial independence faster than you might have thought possible. And that is
I
from Brian
agree.
Tracy.
I agree. I've been practicing what's in the book and I'm experiencing results. I fully agree.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Would you like to read the next little blurb?
Yes. All right. This is by PJ Van Hull. Okay. He's a CEO of
Actually, she's a
Real.
she's a she. It's a lady.
Oh, it's a lady. You can see,
Yeah,
I'm thinking, I don't even know who she or he is. Thank you,
that's
Robbie.
all right. That's fine. She's an amazing gal up in the Bay Area.
Ah, okay. So she's the CEO, Real Prosperity Incorporated. That is the name of her company, Robbie.
Yes. She's also
Okay,
written the little book on prosperity and a couple of others. She's done several things actually.
brilliant. All right.
Yes.
So forget the peanut butter and jelly and that it's a he. PJ is a she.
Yes. PJ Van Hull.
All right. What she has to say is most people would be better off financially if these principles were taught in grade school. I fully agree. All right.
Yes.
Um, and what she's saying here is Greg shows you a simple, no nonsense uh, plan for creating wealth as well as brilliant insights for enjoying more time off, right? Who doesn't want that? Freedom, right? Everybody does. Um, and then she also uh, goes on to say that Ravi is the master. So she's recommending read this book now because it is your path to prosperity and it starts here.
Exactly. Yes. And that was PJ. So a lot of people may not know the next person, and this is a man by the name of Raymond Aaron that I was very blessed to meet again. And at one time, I even got to take him to the airport, and he's great. So he's like one of the mentors behind mentors. So most people know who Jack Canfield is, Chicken Soup for the Soul. Um, when I got to meet Raymond, it was because he was actually Jack Canfield's mentor. Because
Mm.
I know Jack. I got to take Jack and his wife Inga around Paris for a day, and I know I met him in Santa Barbara, but they came to visit me in Paris when I used to live in Paris. Anyway, let me read what Raymond says. In my mentorship program, I encourage people to take off 1 week per month. Ravi actually took off half a year almost every year before he quit working at just 39 years old. He has now come out of retirement to help increase your income and have a far higher quality of life just from reading his book. And you will soon have more time and money. So, this is one of the things I really connected deeply with Raymond because most people think about money, which is great. And if people really look at the cover of my book, it says rethink time and money. And if we look carefully, there's a banana on there. That banana is actually peeled what most people would call backwards. Because, and I've written all sorts of poems and haikus and different things on the idea of how time is nowhere near equal to money. Time is actually finite as far as we're concerned. Money is infinite. We can make more money than we can ever spend. There's money is just it's absolute, it's infinity. Money, and plus they keep printing it more and more, it doesn't matter. But the idea is time. Our time is limited. Our time is extremely limited, so we want to enjoy as much of it as possible. So Raymond was very great in doing that with his mentorees, and he really appreciated that I took off half a year every year. As a matter of fact, I think Michelle, since we've known each other, uh, I'm venturing to say that almost every time we talk, I'm in another country, right?
True. You know, Chile, well, South America, Antarctica. Well, we didn't meet there, but I was like with you all during that journey. All right.
Yeah, no, we've spoken several times and I've been in, several countries since you and I have met. And
Right.
you've seen me in person a couple different times in San Diego, even.
Right. And it's so much fun. Uh, Italy, France, United States, Greece, South America, various locations, uh,
Yes. And
Antarctica.
actually, I'm in Greece right now. And yes, Antarctica was fabulous. I'm actually in Greece right now. And the idea, and I never know, but the idea is to actually stay here for a while. We'll see how long a while lasts. So, continuing on, this is the one from Robert Kiyosaki. There are many ways to financial heaven. Ravi Gregory Ellerton has a simple plan millions can follow. That's Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I'll just finish with Dr. John DiMartini. Michelle, you're probably familiar with Dr. John DiMartini. He was an
Abs-
amazing teacher in The Secret.
yes. Um, and uh,
So if you want to tell us what Dr. John DiMartini says.
oh, yes, yes, yes. Um, it says here. He's a founder of DiMartini Institute, human behavioral specialist, educator, author, and consultant. And what he was saying is it's a perfect start to a magnificent end, and it'll save you a fortune in more ways than one.
Yeah. Now John is he's an amazing man. As a matter of fact, he I don't do email, but but if I ever want to reach John, it's through email. so 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 it's really cool because he gave me the book blurb on this book, and I got to eat lunch with him in London, and and we had a great time, and I met his wife at the time. I think he's gone on to divorce since then, but that doesn't matter. That's, you know, life happens to a lot of people. So fortunately, um but with John, he's a phenomenal guy. And when I was talking to him on the side and everything, he said, you know, I actually saved 53% of my income. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. So we had, I mean, anyway, he's an amazing man. So if you don't know who he is, he's an excellent, excellent teacher. And when he says that he's a human behavioral specialist, he really is. I don't
Yeah.
think there's very many people that know the human being better than Dr. John DiMartini. So
Yep.
I'm gonna use this as a teaser. I've just recorded what Michelle and I have been doing. It's a little bit um, longer than I was thinking, and it doesn't matter. We'll use this as a teaser. I will post this into my group on my community in school and in my cafe vorse section. As far as for Michelle, I'll see what we can do to get her the same copy. And then we will be going forward with this by the end of May. Michelle and I are testing a couple things. We're still working out a couple things. I have my first poetry book coming out on the 28th. I'm giving myself the deadline to finish it on the 28th, which is exactly 2 weeks from now. So I've got a heck of a lot going on with my haiku poems. For those that know them, it doesn't matter. But Michelle and I will be doing a reading of this book. If you're watching this video, it means you're invited. And it's going to be great. It's going to be very informational. And for those of you that follow along, and more importantly, implement, like I said, it's a good book. You can go buy it right now on Amazon. Take a screenshot if you will. It's called Pay Yourself First. Look for the red book with a banana. Pay Yourself First. It's on Amazon if you want to right now. Start reading it. But more importantly, implement. What's the title called? Pay Yourself First. I'll give you the first secret from the book. The first 10% of everything you earn, take in, make, or whatever is yours to keep. The very first 10% is yours to keep. For my church friends, for my God fearing friends, for those of you that know that there is a higher power, congratulations. If you read the Bible very carefully, the man up above, our grand deity, wants the best 10%. So I've talked to many of preachers. If you pay yourself first and give God the best 10%, you're well on your way. And with that, Michelle, how can we say thank you to those that have watched this?
By sending him a prayer of grace to all of their lives.
Mwah! Wonderful. And we will end it there. Thank you so much. I'm stopping this recording.